I think we were one of the first people to feel that cancel culture.
The Dixie Chicks have had a remarkable journey in the music industry, marked by both groundbreaking success and significant controversy. Known for their compelling blend of country and bluegrass, the band soared to fame in the late 90s. But in 2003, a comment by lead singer Natalie Maines criticizing President George W. Bush sparked a severe backlash, leading to their ostracism from the country music scene. Despite the challenges, the group remained resilient and made a powerful comeback in recent years. Origins. The Dixie Chicks originated in Dallas, Texas in 1989. They were founded by Marty Irwin, her sister Emily Irwin, Laura Lynch, and Robin Lynn Macy. The band began as a bluegrass and country music group performing on street corners and at small venues. The Dixie Chicks' rise to fame began in earnest with the addition of Natalie Maines in 1995. Her powerful voice and charismatic stage presence provided the final ingredient needed to transform the band from a regional act into a national sensation. The release of their major label debut album, Wide Open Spaces, in 1998 was a huge turning point. The album, filled with catchy melodies and relatable lyrics, resonated with a broad audience, reaching #1 on the Billboard Country Albums chart and earning them widespread acclaim. Wide Open Spaces produced several hit singles, including There's Your Trouble and the title track Wide Open Spaces. The album's success was unprecedented, selling over 12 million copies and earning the Dixie Chicks their first Grammy Award for Best Country Album in 1999. Their next album, Fly, released in '99, solidified their status as country music superstars. Fly debuted at #1 on both the Billboard 200 and Country Albums chart, featuring hits like Cowboy Take Me Away and Goodbye Earl. The album showcased the band's versatility and willingness to tackle a variety of themes, from love and heartbreak to more controversial topics like domestic violence. This fearlessness in their music was a hallmark of the Dixie Chicks style and contributed to their enduring popularity. Reflecting on their rapid ascent, Natalie Maines once said, quote, "We were just making the music we loved, and the fact that so many people connected with it was incredible." Their authenticity and passion for their craft resonated deeply with their audience, propelling them to the forefront of the country music scene. Controversy in 2003.
And I think, what we said back there, what I said back then, would not even be a thing today because it was really mild compared to what people say today. So on one hand, everyone has this platform where they can say whatever they want to say. But on the other hand, this platform can move really quickly and, ruin people's lives.
It all began when lead singer Natalie Maines made a remark during a concert in London, expressing her opposition to the Iraq War and stating, quote, "We're ashamed that the President of the United States is from Texas." This comment, made just days before the invasion of Iraq, sparked an immediate and intense backlash in the U.S. The response from the country music community and fans was swift and severe. Radio stations across the country began boycotting the Dixie Chicks' music, and former fans organized public protests, including events where their albums were destroyed. The band faced an avalanche of criticism and threats, with some of the most vocal detractors calling for them to be banned from the country music scene entirely. This period of intense public scrutiny and hostility was a challenging time for the Dixie Chicks, who suddenly found themselves at the center of a political firestorm. Reflecting on the incident years later, Natalie said, quote, "I never imagined that those words would create such a reaction. It was a shock to see how quickly people turned against us." Despite the controversy, the Dixie Chicks stood by their comments and refused to back down. They became outspoken critics of the war and advocates for free speech, using their platform to address broader issues of political dissent and artistic expression. The backlash had a profound impact on their career and personal lives. They experienced a significant drop in album sales and concert attendance, and the once welcoming country music industry became a hostile environment. The backlash.
We are raised our whole lives to be so proud of free speech, and this is our claim.
The backlash from the Dixie Chicks' comments about President George W. Bush resulted in the ostracism from the country music scene. The country music community, which had once celebrated the band, turned its back on them almost overnight. Many country radio stations refused to play their songs, and the band's presence at award shows and industry events became contentious. Despite the harsh criticism and boycotts, they refused to retract their statement or apologize for expressing their views. This decision, while polarizing, showcased their commitment to standing up for what they believed in, even at great personal and professional cost. Marty reflected on this period saying, quote, "We were at a crossroads. We could either back down and apologize for something we didn't feel sorry for, or we could stand our ground and face the consequences." The band's ostracism from the country scene forced them to find new avenues for their music. They began to explore different genres and reach out to a broader audience. Their resilience in the face of adversity garnered them support from fans outside the traditional country music demographic. But the public backlash took a personal toll as well. They faced threats and harassment, and their families were affected by the intense scrutiny. Natalie Maines recalled the emotional impact of this period, stating, "It was a really dark time for us. We were getting death threats, and our kids were scared, but we knew we had to stand our ground." Activism. The Dixie Chicks' activism has been a defining feature of their career, particularly following the controversy in 2003. They've used their platform to address issues such as freedom of speech, women's rights, LGBTQ+ rights, and environmental conservation, consistently aligning their public persona with their personal beliefs. One of the most notable aspects of their activism is their unwavering commitment to freedom of speech. Their 2006 album, Taking the Long Way, featured the song Not Ready to Make Nice, a powerful anthem that addressed the controversy and their refusal to apologize. The song became a rallying cry for those who valued artistic integrity and free expression. Natalie Maines reflected on the period, saying, "We had to stand up for ourselves and for our right to speak out. It was about more than just us, it was about everyone who believes in freedom of speech." They've also been vocal supporters of women's rights. They've consistently highlighted issues like gender equality and reproductive rights, using their music and public appearances to raise awareness. Their return.
That and be able to try new things, because we're coming from a place of we don't know what we want to do right now. It's been so long. We want to be us, but we also want to explore. And
you want to evolve.
The Dixie Chicks' resurgence in recent years, along with their decision to change their name to the Chicks, marks a significant chapter in their journey. Their comeback was symbolized by the release of their 2020 album Gaslighter, which showcased their signature blend of personal storytelling and social commentary. The name change was a response to the growing awareness and criticism of the term Dixie, which is associated with the Confederacy and its legacy of racism. The band announced the change via a brief statement, quote, "We want to meet this moment." The decision was widely praised as a step towards greater cultural sensitivity and inclusivity. The album was met with critical acclaim and signified a powerful return to the music scene. Now it's time to hear from you. What's your favorite song from the Chicks? Let us know in the comments section below.